Hello, this is PG. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm reviewing Dead Island 2. The game's out on PC and all major consoles. Dead Island 2 is an action role-playing game developed by Dam Buster Studios. In Dead Island 2, you play as a survivor of the zombie apocalypse as you work your way through the city of LA. The game can be played solo or in online co-op. Okay, gameplay. Well, Dead Island 2 is a melee-focused experience for the most part. You have to scavenge around the dire locations for weapons or scrap, and the intimate feel of the close quarters combat is one of the game's biggest strengths. You always feel a sense of danger regardless of your weapon, because the zombies are plentiful. Now the zombies themselves, they're pretty gross, but it's the adaptive damage effect that are both horrific and glorious in equal measure. Every time you strike a zombie, that part of their body weakens, meaning if you keep at it, they may lose an arm, a leg, or even their head. It adds a layer of strategy to the close quarters fights, and it brings out the sadistic zombie killer in all of us. The zombie variety keeps you on your toes, and it can be genuinely terrifying when you're being overwhelmed by the freakish foes. It's definitely one of the goriest games that I've ever played, but the system adds something quite unique to the game for sure. Now the weapons, they do break, so you'll need to have a few of those if you want to survive situations. You do get guns, they come in probably about halfway through the game, and you can also do these very cool augmentations later on. I won't spoil what they're about, but they're very cool. But it is hand to hand, that's the order of the day, and anyone who enjoyed games like Dying Light, I think you'll feel right at home. Now you've got these helpful workbenches lying around the safe zones. These allow you to repair the items that break, but more importantly you can customize each weapon with perks, elemental effects, like fire, poison, etc. Leveling up is all automated, and there's a card system that has these unique abilities or buffs, but I would say the system really time consuming to use it, basically. Poorly designed, it's cumbersome, it's long-winded, it just becomes a chore, which is really not what it should be. Story wise, it's set in LA, you go from survivor group to survivor group, you do fetch quests, you clear out the undead, you take on some horrific bosses as well. And the game world is broken down into these small bite-sized areas that are big enough to get lost in, but they're small enough to focus your interest, and they do encourage you to explore, to find items, to do side quests, to acquire goodies. And it's good to not have a game that's a massive open world, because we're all sick of that by now, aren't we, really? You'll be slicing and dicing at the beach, exploring luxury hotels as you paint the walls red with zombie blood, or even a short trip to Beverly Hills and Bel Air. Visually, the game conveys the bright colours of LA nicely, with ridiculous levels of gore thrown in for good measure, nice character models. Maybe there are some performance issues here, and I wouldn't say it's a groundbreaking visual game, but it does look very nice, despite some occasional frame slippage. In terms of sound, the voice actors, I would say solid. Zombie effects, general audio, very good. There is also some of these really interesting voice notes in the game that felt incredibly realistic in terms of how they were voice acted, and it really does help with immersion.
What's up, Goaties?
Hey, what's up?
Watch this! Episode number 100! Can you believe it?
It's insane. How did we get here?
No idea. Ask our Goaties.
What I actually want to ask our G-Crew is, have you guys been on that new urban rumor thing?
What rumor thing?
Oh, check this. Brain eaters.
Yeah, right. Sounds like they've got yours already.
Oh, come on.
Okay, what's good and what's bad? The good points. The zombie gore system is amazing. It's scary, funny, entertaining and compelling to play through. It felt like a true sequel and is really faithful to the original, and the weapons are glorious. Bad points. The boss fights were very repetitive and samey, the performance issues can be annoying, and the weapons break a little bit too easily. Okay, verdict. Dead Island 2 is a good sequel to one of the best zombie apocalypse games of all time. Like any good sequel, it takes the original game's premise, adapts, expands and adds creative flair to that experience by way of the adaptive zombie damage. I found the varied game world interesting to explore, the zombie and weapon variety made for some very cool moments, and all in all, it kept me interested from start to finish. Perhaps it doesn't quite reach the heights of Dead Island 1, but it's much better than Riptide, and for Dead Island fans I would strongly recommend you pick this one up. Okay, scoring, I'd give Dead Island 2, I'd give it 8 out of 10, pretty good. Okay, that is the review. Thank you for watching. This is PG signing off. Cheers.